Hi everyone, my name is Joseph, and today I want to discuss Digimon Liberator Debug, the novel portion, more specifically 5-1, which is titled Altea. So this chapter we are introduced to, or I guess this part of a chapter, we are introduced to a new character. Their name is Altea. And Altea is basically an AI program. Their design reminds me of the Rogue NPCs, but obviously, well, I guess the Rogue NPCs and regular NPCs, but sentient, obviously. Again, it's an AI. And apparently, right now, they being Cool Boy, Cool Boy Yao, and Altea, they're in a replication of Senguchu Street. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, excuse me, but the very famous street that's located in Japan. I'm sure most tourists, that's a location that they're going to go to when they do visit Japan. And it's basically Japan's version of like New York's Times Square, to my understanding. You're probably aware of what it is that I'm referring to. But yeah, so they're in a replication of that. And I'm just having a discussion about Manekimon. Manekimon's this new Digimon that's been introduced for the past couple chapters, give or take, in Digimon Liberator, the comic portion. And they're trying to figure out what exactly they need to do with Manekimon, who this mysterious Manekimon is. For the fact that they are part mechanical and part biological, they're making the choice to go ahead and work with an individual who's a quote unquote expert. And this expert's name is, and again, I'm not going to pronounce this correctly, so forgive me, but Chitose, Chitose, Horaiji, Horaiji, and his Digimon is Gazimon, and it gets revealed that actually the reason why he's a quote unquote expert is because his first encounter was with a hybrid Digimon that, in the same way that Manekimon is a hybrid. Which Digimon did he encounter that was a hybrid? It was Kamaramon. For those of you who have seen Digimon Adventure 2, then you know that Kamaramon is, of course, it was originally created as a experiment by Ken, or the Digimon Emperor. So it's cool to see a reappearance of Kamaramon, but that's only when he digivolves. When he's in his rookie form or his child form, he takes the form of Gazimon. So yeah, Chitoise Horaiji and his Digimon, they make their appearance, and they're going to be working together with Altea. Besides that, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. It also gets revealed that Unchained, and I'm going to go ahead and assume that, what was it, Unchained? Is her sister's name's Unlocked, Unchained, and give me a quick second, give me a quick look it up. Close, excuse me. I don't know why I was thinking it was Unlocked. But it gets revealed that Unchained, she is not a person, but she's also not like an AI like Altea. Well, let me rephrase that. She is AI-like, AI-like, as in she is a digital creation. Excuse me, everyone. Something feels like it went into my eye. But she was not created by anyone specifically. She's a digital native of Lacuna. So unlike Altea, who was created by the debuggers and everyone like that, the people who first discovered Lacuna, and one of the first, I guess, pioneers into this world, it gets revealed that it was Cool Boy. But we're not discussing Cool Boy. Yeah, Unchained, it gets revealed that she's a digital individual, a digital person, essentially. She's just not a Digimon per se, but I am curious what the story's going to continue with this. So although it may seem like it was a minor part, I'm very excited for the implications that they're setting up for the future. Does this mean that maybe Unchained and Close, are they going to be deleted, for example? Are they going to be corrupted in the future, maybe? I am quite curious about the relationship with the rest of the team. And now, because that we know, now that we be the audience, the readers, now that we know that they're natives of Lacuna, excuse me, I'm also curious about what that means, what that entails. Does this mean that they could obviously survive in this environment in the same way that Makanimon can? It gets revealed that, and I gotta stop saying revealed. It gets discussed about how Makanimon is Digimon specifically created for the world of Lacuna. That's why they're able to survive. In case one needs a quick reminder, we have these NPCs because Digimon go crazy. They can't survive within Lacuna. They can only survive for a set amount of time before they start losing their mental capacities. Well, not mental capacities. That sounds more dramatic than it needs to be. But essentially, when they start going rogue. The reason why this doesn't happen to Toromon, Shumon, and Macania, it's with an A, Makinamon. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. Forgive me, everyone, but I do thank you for your patience. But the reason why it doesn't affect Lacuna, doesn't affect Terramon, Shumon, and Makanimon is because they're more native than the other Digimon. They were created within the world of Lacuna rather than, I suppose, inhabiting the world of or visiting the role of Lacuna. I am hoping that we get more about this. Maybe they did discuss this and I just forgot it. But what's the difference between Digimon that were created within Lacuna and the Digimon that were not created from Lacuna? Uh, I suppose the ones that were not created from Lacuna, they were like not typical iterations of Digimon created because of humanity's use of technological and digital devices. So then that led to the creation of Lacuna, and then once Lacuna was created, then the native Digimon Lacuna were thus created after that as well. Digimon does have some experience with this, like with the X antibody Digimon, where essentially the digital world becomes cleansed, and the only Digimon who are able to survive are Digimon with the X antibody. So essentially, what came first? The Digimon, the X antibody Digimon. The Digimon came first, and then X anti Digimon came after in response to the virus. So, in other words, to reiterate, maybe these digital Lacuna native Digimon were created after the creation of Lacuna, and Lacuna was created after enough data and digital usage by humans was after humanity utilized technology and digital services enough. Eventually, that led to the creation of Lacuna. And before that, we already had the creation of other minor Digimon and stuff like that. But again, I'm hoping we'll get more information about that. So that's essentially a synopsis of this chapter. Pretty straightforward. I'm gonna go ahead and read There's three quotes that I really that stood out to me. The first one is, So it's stated that Machinamon is still shrouded in mystery. Altea knew two main things about them. Firstly, they are adapted to Lacunia's environment. This was discovered through thorough analysis of the first one that was captured. Secondly, they do not appear in any of the Digimon databases installed in him. This made him suspect that it was a new type of Digimon native to this world, just like Terramon, Shumon, Elizamon, and other debuggers partners. Still, he wasn't confident as his evidence was only circumstantial. So pardon me, so Altea is used with the he pronoun. I guess to be frank with everyone, the reason why I was using the they, them pronoun is because they're an AI. So I know that sounds mean. And then I saw the picture of Altea. There is a picture of Altea. Again, he just looks like a rogue NPC. But I don't know. He just looked his features looked very I don't remember the robot's name from like Sonic X Battle, whatever that Game Boy Advance game was, but that one felt more alive. I don't have any issues saying he. But I'm sure once I get more of a personality for Altea, I won't have any qualms about that. So excuse me, I'm just going to use a he pronoun since that's what the story is using. With that being said, I am being a little bit facetious. Not facetious, that's the wrong word. I am being a little bit hypocritical. There we go. Because we'll see. I'll read the quote and I'll explain what I mean. So I like this quote because I think it's interesting how these are native Digimon. I know it's been mentioned before, but I didn't think that was going to play maybe similarly it's looking like it might play an important role because these native Digimon, they're not affected by Lacuna the way that these other non-native Digimon are. But why are these native Digimon appearing in Lacuna? Does this mean that if these Digimon go into like other parts of the digital landscape that is not Lacuna, will they be negatively impacted? I just find it interesting and I hope you get more details about this. The next quote that I really enjoyed was this person, Unchained, a special consultant to the debugging team, is in fact a digital life form, composed purely of data, just like Altea. However, unlike Altea, an AI created by Yao, Unchained is a native of Lacuna, having come into existence independently of any human's design. Unchained's birth was, by their own account, a spontaneous event, because the font's a bit small, a spontaneous event resulting from the influence of Digimon upon structural data in the Digimon Liberator application. Altea's impression of Unchained was by no means negative. They had spoken several times, and he frequently saw her in jovial conversation with Kuboy. Since the relations were reasonably friendly, the idea of relying on Unchained gave Kuboy and Altea pause for thought. So, this is where I'm being a bit hypocritical. So the pronouns that's being used for Unchained, they're not using the she, her pronouns. They're using they, them. But I'm going to go ahead and just use she, her since we're using he for this robot. And to me, it doesn't really look, it looks androgynous for me personally. And also the name Altea, maybe I'm just showing my American-centric and also my Latino side. But for me, any words usually that end with like an A, that's usually feminine. Any words that end with an O, that's going to be masculine. I know this is not Latin language, nor is it Spanish or anything like that, but it's a name. But I'm not going to lie, Altea for me, because that A ending for me seems a bit more feminine than masculine. But obviously, again, it's not Japanese nor is I mean not Japanese. It's not Latin nor Spanish. So that's why I'm fine with them using the he them. I mean the he them, the he him pronouns for Altea. But for Unchained, I'm unsure why they're using they them pronouns when she looks very. We'll have a picture of her right here, right now. She looks very well, I suppose compared to clothes. I want to see her face. I suppose her face does look a bit androgynous, especially compared to clothes. Actually, I'm not really curious about that. Um, oh, interesting. I just clicked on the description of Unchained, and it states a mysterious-looking child. Their gender is unknown and appears neither strongly male nor female. So, pardon me. I think I was getting Unchained conflated with clothes, especially because I think we being the readers have more experience with clothes. I'm just reading. They wear a straight jacket, very open and expressive. Many members know them well. No one's sure how good they are at the Digimon card game. That's a random detail. All right, cool. Let me quickly check out Close's biography or info card. Well, yeah, excuse me. I was definitely conflating Close with Unchained in my head when I was reading it the first time. I correct me if I'm wrong, but there is no picture in this chapter of Close. It was just of the uh, was there a picture? There was no picture at all, actually. Oh yeah, there was one picture of Yao talking to Altea. And yeah, I'm sorry, to me Altea, I guess I could see the masculine features, but for me, I guess because the body type, it just looks kind of feminine. But okay, never mind. I'm gonna use he for Altea, and I'm gonna stick with they them for clothes, since we're not sure if they're a boy or a girl. That makes more sense to me. I thought again I was getting clothes confused with Unchained. Oh my god, am I getting these characters confused again? Give me a second. Okay, I remember fine. I was getting yeah, my bad. I was getting Unchained confused with clothes. Clothes definitely looks very feminine, and so that's why I was confused in my head. But yeah, double checking about Unchained, I can see why they use they them. So I'm gonna go back on what I said. Let me go back to where I was. Oh no, but I was reading comments. And you know what? Since we're talking about everything, um, I do have to say that the inclusion of Epsimon so far, I hope we do go back to Epsimon because so far I'm wondering if he's just included here because of Seekers and then before that because of Ghost Game. Kind of like that common Easter egg. But I'm curious about just, you would think they would include a picture of Altea. I can't pronounce his name without looking at it, but Altea, Chew Toys, Haraiji, and not Close, I'm sorry, Unchained. Now I'm getting these characters' names confused. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Unchained. You would think we'll have a picture of Unchained, Altea, and the new character, but instead we got a picture. Well, I guess Altea is a new character, but we get a picture of Yao with Altea. I just found that kind of interesting. Anywho, but going back to the comments, yeah, so never mind, I take back what I said. But what I found interesting about this quote is just how Altea seems to have a lot of personal opinions. And you would think, I wonder if this was a typo, since Close's relations were reasonably friendly, the idea of relying on Unchained. So let me start that over. Since Unchained's relations were reasonably friendly, the idea of relying on Unchained gave Cool Boy and Altea pause for thought. Was that a typo? Because you would think if someone's acting friendly, relying on them wouldn't give you pause, right? They're acting friendly. You go, oh, they're a team player, they're an ally. Let's go ahead and move forward here, right? But in this instance, Unchained's friendliness is giving Cool Boy and Altea pause for thought. So I do find that line interesting. I wonder if that's just a minor typo, or maybe if I'm misreading it. But besides that, I find everything else interesting from this quote as well. Just the whole discovery of Unchained. I'm going to assume this is also true for Close, that they're both digital forms, native of Lacuna, and created essentially a response to everything around them. I'm looking forward to discovering more about that. And the last quote that I have is just like Cool Boy and Yao. This person is apparently a member of IDEA or IDEA, a developer. I can't pronounce words sometimes. A developer. He was known for successfully stopping a rampaging Digimon during the beta test, resulting in his appointment as a game master. Apparently, that very Digimon now works alongside him as his partner. Altea had spoken with his teammates beforehand to learn more about him, and his interesting personality was frequently brought up. In short, he said something to be of a geek. I really enjoyed this description of Hiroaji just because I think I hope they do something with the fact that his Digimon, that his partner Digimon is Kameromon. That seems a little bit specific, so I'm looking for. Well, maybe they just made it specific because of it, the Kameromon's traits compared to Manikimon. So maybe I might be thinking too deeply about that. But as always, I think Liberator for both the comic and the novel side, they do a really good job of introducing the main cast. So maybe not the main cast, it's the cast in general. So both the main characters and the secondary characters. It always makes me interested to find out more about them. So yeah, so those are the three quotes that I picked out. As always, I would like to go ahead and read the remaining quotes as tradition that was started from Seekers. The remaining quotes. I'm sorry, the last part of the chapter. Altea once again fired up his cognitive circuits and fell silent for a brief moment. But just before he was about to, I guess I'll read the dialogue too. He's speaking with Haraji. Altea, yes, it's no exaggeration to say he's a specialist in composite Digimon. As you know, when the first level 5 wild Digimon appeared Lacuna, this is the man who cleaned up. Oh my bad, he's not talking to Haraji. Give me a quick second. Oh wait, who is he speaking with? Oh yeah, I believe he's speaking with pardon me about that. So Altea, yes, it's no exaggeration to say he's a specialist in composite Digimon. As you know, when the first level 5 wild Digimon appeared in Lacuna, this was the man who cleaned up that mess. I've heard the story. If I'm not mistaken, that rampaging Digimon was. Altea once again fired up his cognitive circuits and fell silent for a brief moment. But just before he was about to say the name he had remembered, Haraji beat him to the punch. It was Kimaramon, Altea. A Digimon emerged in the D-storage Haraji was holding. A level 3 with a rabbit-like appearance and a sharp gaze. Although these days it works alongside me in the form of Gazimon. Haraji's partner stood there, looking at them. And then it ends to be continued. So thank you for your patience for getting the characters, the incorrect characters at the end, and for getting Unchained and Closed confused at the end as well too. But yeah, I have to say I think between the novel and the web portion, I think I personally enjoy the novel more. It might just be my history. It's no secret that I do enjoy to read. I also do have some Mad Gun stuff over here to the right hand side as well. But for me, I start reading with books, novels first, and yeah, I think that's why for me, I just am able to relate. Not relate, that's the wrong word, but I'm able to digest the novel side, Debug, a bit more easily compared to the comic side. But that being said, though, I'm still enjoying both, and I'm looking forward to. In case one needs a reminder, the WAP 4 chapters are out right now. I don't read all of them at the same time because then I have nothing to look forward to. So I'm gonna wait until next week to actually read the next chapter. So I do wait in real time. When I make the video, it's the first time I've read the chapter, then I'm giving my thoughts and everything like that. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I do really appreciate it. I hope you all have a prodigious day. My question for everyone is, what are your thoughts about Closed and Unchained? Do you think that this might be trying to... Well, I guess we did have some other digital natives that weren't Digimon, like I can't remember the specific names, but those gnomes from Tamers, those gnomes that essentially, they're kind of like wish gnomes. They were the ones that allowed everything to be created within the digital world, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh no, and also, oh no, I can't remember his name. Was his name Medjai? Genai. I think I was saying Medjai because getting his name conflated with the group from The Mummy, the people in charge of watching the main villain in that movie. But there's also Genai. Forgive me mispronouncing his name. I might be just misremembering, but he's also a really good example about this actually. Here I am acting like this is the first time Digimon has done this with Closed and Unchained. But there's definitely Genai and his partners who looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi from episode 1 when he's younger. And they were all humans, but obviously not human. They were also like Closed and Unchained, human in appearance, but they were actually created from the digital world. So yeah, again, I'm really looking forward. Maybe we'll get some more world building centering around that idea. Either way, I'm looking forward to the next part. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great day, a prodigious day, and they take care.